So you all know that old Yankle is way past his glory days, despite his super low mileage. Like the plume of smoke that comes out of the exhaust on startup. Or the rusty, crusty body. But there's something I haven't been entirely forthright about, and no, it's not because I've been trying to deceive you or anything, it's made me anxious to think about. It's the engine. When I first got this car back in ye olden COVID times, I took an oil sample and sent it to Blackstone Labs. They're a really neat company. They're able to break down your oil and tell the health of your engine. When I got the results, my heart sank. Here's a direct quote from the engineer who reviewed my oil sample. Quincy, honestly, this engine looks rough. There's a lot of metal in the oil, as well as coolant and water contamination. Change this oil and inspect the cooling system carefully. Yikes. That sucked to hear, especially considering this car was not only in no shape to drive at that time, it couldn't even stop either. So, since then I've done two things. Take sick corners, no. Number one, change the oil, like a lot. And number two, ignore the elephant in the room, until now. Because Yankle, well, he showed me something I couldn't possibly ignore. Not just glitter, which is bad enough, but rust. Like thick chips of rust in the oil pan. In this video, we're gonna get to the bottom of what exactly is wrong with Yankle, and we're gonna go to the dyno to see how much horsepower he has left, and we're gonna do a compression test to see the health of his engine. And ultimately, we're gonna take it apart to see where it went wrong. And maybe, just maybe, we're gonna do some upgrades along the way. You're watching Project Yankle. Now, the first most basic step to check the health of an engine is a compression test. It's a test to check how worn out the centralmost function of an engine is, the combustion chamber. The combustion chamber is where pistons suck air in and fart air out, which, by the way, is my favorite part. We're gonna measure just how much pressure Yankle's engine can generate on each of his 4 cylinders. And while we're at it, we're gonna see what his spark plugs look like and see if they have any special secrets they wanna share with us. So we're gonna be looking for results in between 110 and 180 PSI. Ideally, we're gonna be closer to that 180 figure. Good on number one. Let's not get too excited though. And of course, we're gonna want all 4 cylinders to be pretty close to each other. And if we're out of spec on just any one cylinder, we're gonna be in for a doozy. Cross your fingers for these next two, because the first 2 are immaculate. And now for cylinder 3. Damn. Man, if this last cylinder is low, I'm gonna be so sad. And cylinder 4. Let's go! Despite having a little bit of oil on them from the bad valve seals, the spark plugs look pretty good. Okay, wow, I honestly did not expect that test to go so well, but it proved me right for doubting you, Yankle. Now I think the next logical step is to go ahead and bring Yank to the dyno. What? Look, hear me out. Yankle's been on the road for about 1,000 or more miles since I found all that glitter and stuff in the oil pan, so what's another dyno run gonna do? Plus, however horsepower Yankle has left is a great metric to see how healthy he is. Or unhealthy, I don't know. So they just pulled the car around to get into the back, and just seeing someone else driving my car freaked me out. And this whole experience has been so stressful that I'm sweating like crazy. So what's your bet?
I'm just gonna say 89.
All right, I'll say 90.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously Abby, the camera operator, and I made some bets on just how much horsepower Yankle's gonna make. From the factory, he's supposed to make 89, and sure, I'm being a little bit hopeful with my 91, but the techs really did not seem too optimistic. See if we can prove them wrong. 94? 94! Do you remember, we made a certain bet.
It's not happening now, is it?
And here's the best run we had today. Not too bad. The car didn't blow up.
Joel,
Yeah.
I dynoed Yankle.
Okay.
What do you think?
53.
96. Yeah,
No!
come here.
Was this one of those situations where you like pay them and just have this say whatever you want?
Subaru owner detected, opinion rejected.
I want to acknowledge the irony of the situation.
No.
Okay, the last performance metric I want to take before I take this engine apart is the 0 to 60 time. Now keep in mind, I'm a terrible driver, especially with launching a stick shift, so take this with a grain of salt. 11.5 seconds. Look, I'm not trying to brag, but if you had told me that Yankle would be pushing full compression on all 4 cylinders and be making more horsepower than he was rated for from the factory stock, come on. All right, so sure, we've been having a lot of good news lately, and I don't want to be that guy, but I'm gonna have to temper your expectations, because even if I didn't find that pile of glitter sharded out of Yankle's engine oil, he's still hemorrhaging oil out the exhaust when you first start the car up. So now for the really scary part. I'm gonna take yet another oil sample and send it off to Blackstone Labs, and while we wait for the report, we're gonna go ahead and dive right into Yankle's engine. Spoilers, I'm gonna upgrade the camshaft. With the valve cover off, we have our first clue. Now I know that Yankle sat for a long time, and during that time it seems like all the oil from the top of the engine drained down to the bottom, and unfortunately it looks like it's caused some damage. I don't want to get too deep in the details, but let's just say there was a bracket on the exhaust that never should have been there in the first place. That felt good. All right, what do you say we yank this head off? Whoa, look, it's like off. Are you having trouble accessing the bolts on your engine? Just move it around. You'll get to it. Everything tastes bad now. Oh fuck. Oxygen sensor. Now that we've got the head off, we can take a closer look at the inside of the engine. And holy crap. This is the one with the bad valve stem oil seal. You can tell because there's a bunch of carbon from engine oil getting into the combustion chamber and burning up. Look at this. Wow. Is this head gasket sealer? Watch this. Ready?
That's
Stand
what
to that. Yeah, look at that. Look, is this more here? So see this hole and this hole? They were totally clogged up. What if I just like... I shouldn't do that. That's gonna make people so mad. The one that's supposed to be there, this? Watch.
Wait.
I'm not entirely sure, but I think all that crusty rust is blocking passageways for stuff like coolant and engine oil to flow through the engine. The head gasket was rusting. Yep, just put the camera right where I'm trying to work. Thanks. That's even better. Look at you. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the cylinder head. You know how I'm always telling you that valves are opening and closing? So as the intake valves open, close, and then the exhaust valves open. What we're doing to this engine is we're replacing the camshaft so that the valves are open for longer and they go further down. So that way more air is able to go in and out. You know, with the worn out camshaft and the rusted head gasket, I feel like I'm starting to get a good idea of where all that crap in the oil pan was from. So we've got the cylinder head out of the car, we've got it disassembled. The last thing we need to do is separate the camshaft from the cylinder head. Camshaft. Finally, we get to access the valve seals. You know, the things that were causing all that smoke from the exhaust. So that is our valve stem seal. That little brown gasket? Yeah, that's it. All this work for that little thing. Now, we get to start putting things back together. Yay. So the head is as assembled as it will be before it goes into the car. I'm on a lot of wires there. Oh fuck. So to illustrate the mental state I'm in, I just installed the throttle body upside down. With the engine back together, it's time to ask the age-old question. Does my 1991 Volkswagen Golf 8 valves start? 3, 2. It's firing on one cylinder. The timing was off by around 120 degrees. That is because I don't have a good reason for you. I just tinkered with the timing for like 2 hours. My camera operator's gone, but I think that'll be able to start the car. So let's see. I'm scared. That's something. Okay, so the engine's running, albeit probably the worst it's ever ran. So I don't know. I'll check in tomorrow. I've been at work for like 14 hours. Tune in next time to see Yankle try to sabotage his own engine, the new 0 to 60 time, the new report from Blackstone Labs, and the next dyno run to see just how much horsepower Yankle... Wait a second. Lost? These videos are extraordinarily time-consuming, expensive, and difficult to make. So if you'd like to join my supporters on Patreon, that'd be greatly appreciated. Plus you get exclusive content like behind the scenes on this very video.